channel on YouTube called The Art of One Dojo. It's actually a very good channel put on by a dude that teaches Kenpo Karate, or Ed Parker's Kenpo. Okay, it's a very good channel. One of the videos he did was on too much self-defense, when somebody goes overboard on self-defense. And he covers some scenarios regarding, for example, an old lady with a knitting needle. You're not going to throttle the woman, okay, or a mentally ill person with a knitting needle or something like that. You're not going to severely damage the person. He covers a lot of good things regarding law enforcement, things like that. I would not necessarily expand on it, but give my own opinion. In a self-defense scenario, you have to be your own good guy, okay? What do I mean by that? Too many people assume that law enforcement are on their side because it was a self-defense situation. That's not true. Everybody's their own good guy. Like I said, I've worked in mental health. I worked with a lot of heroin junkies. I worked with a lot of people that were not very nice people. However, they're always their own good guy. They're always doing the right thing. When they stole that woman's purse, they were doing it to get their next high. That was what they had to do because they're their own good guy. You need to be your own good guy when you're in a self-defense situation. And understand that in real life, there are no good guys or bad guys. It can be live or die. Okay, not always. It can be live or die. So you have to be prepared to not overly humanize your attacker, and you also have to be prepared not to talk too much to the police. Too many people, I think, involved in the martial arts, as well as, I also worked a lot of private security jobs. Too many people involved both in the martial arts and in private security, for example, they like to pretend that they're cops. Me, I don't. I only had those jobs to make money primarily. Except for the mental health job, I did enjoy helping people. But my private security jobs were strictly a way to pay my bills. That's it. I didn't want to be a cop, okay? But too many people in a self-defense scenario, they run at the mouth too much. And they get themselves into trouble because they have to understand the police's job is to prosecute the wrongdoer. And the law isn't always on the side of who was right. Not to mention some police are not necessarily nice people themselves. Remember, everybody's their own good guy. You might find an activist police officer that thinks you're some kind of far-right extremist or something like that. In that situation, they're going to do everything they can to levy everything they can at you. It doesn't matter if it's a self-defense situation. When I was in high school, or actually junior high school, I went to schools for juvenile delinquents. I got in a lot of fights. They were fights that revolved around self-defense, okay? I was defending myself from people that were attacking me because of the color of my skin and my race. I was white, they weren't, and they didn't like that very much. So I got in a lot of fights and beat the crap out of a lot of people, okay? But eventually that did bite me in the butt because eventually law enforcement got involved, and yeah, law enforcement are not always on your side. You have to be on your own side. In situations, now, has anybody, I'm sure some people have seen the cat that fights off the bear. Now, remind you, I was homeless for 4 years. I do bring that up frequently now. But the reason why that's important is this. Getting in a fight is not always intelligent. Even if you can win the fight, even if you're in the right, whatever, it's not a good idea to just get in a fight. The reason that a bear would run away from a cat, people don't understand this. The bear lives in a different reality than that cat. Okay, that cat is a domestic animal, and it relies on people for comfort, food, warmth, water, etc. That bear, if that bear gets an infection from that cat scratching it in the nose or the face or whatever, that cat's that bear will die or be very, very bad off, okay? And this is the thing, what you need to understand is even if you win a fight, you might get messed up, okay? You might get badly messed up. Maybe not today, but maybe a week from now, okay? The other thing is, people think that they're, the thing that you also have to remember is there's always somebody tougher than somebody else. Now, what's my view on karate and fighting. Everybody's doing MMA. Depends on things. The way karate is taught, karate is a lot of things to a lot of people. To me, karate was a means of self-preservation and a means of physical conditioning. It still is, especially a means of self-protection and self-preservation. However, to other people it might be a sport. To other people it might be other things, okay? True traditional karate is a full martial art, okay? It has stand-up fighting, it has grappling, it has throws, it has these things. That is true karate from Okinawa. It has been watered down over the years. There's no use of the makiwara, the punching pad, things like that. A lot of people do not condition themselves as traditional karateka did. Okay, that's bottom line. However, the techniques used in karate are also implemented in military combat systems, such as the playlist I've posted, and I'll post it in this video too. So it doesn't take much, except technique and mindset, to implement karate in a way that is absolutely devastating to an attacker. However, you have to keep in mind, there's always somebody tougher than you.